Hey everyone, this is Gus. Right now, I'm gonna start doing a series of creations. What I call right now is we're start doing concept characters. I'm going to use exclusively Paint Studio, Clip Studio Paint, which I'm using right now, and I'm using my XP Pen Artist 15.6 as a synthetic alternative. So feel free to drop me any question on YouTube. Right now I'm using my OBS directly, so I might not have the chance to see whatever you are using in YouTube and doing in YouTube after some time. Well, as you can see, first we are going to start doing a layer that is called sketch. This layer sketch is gonna have whatever my character or my illustration is gonna be. It's like a sketch, a rough sketch of what we are gonna do. So let's start making this. First, you see, you make a new layer. So you already have a layer. You call this layer sketch. Let's say this is my rough sketch. So yeah, and also you can do in this layer a color. So let me show you this. Let me gonna zoom in a little. So yeah, see, if you take out this from there, it's gonna be, like normal. But I leave it as a color. I'm gonna switch my to my eraser. I'm gonna start erasing this thing. So as I told you guys, this is gonna be a sketch about something that I have in mind, something with cyborgs. Okay, so let's do it. This is gonna be called mother. So let's do this mother. So yeah, we're just gonna have to do the sketch and some kind of you know, this is the curvature of the spine. So just remember, so this is gonna be like a vision like this. So these are the yeah. This is the shape. So we're gonna start doing the but we're gonna do something very different because I want to do something different with this one. Flowers are kind of like this. It's gonna be like fingers, articulations on the fingers, by the way. This is the tongue. Sometimes I have to be very careful not to doing this, see, because it will go to another place, which is my right click and the pen. Yeah, many people say, yeah, that's not, that happens all the time for me. Many people too. It's happening. Yeah, to be very careful. I try to do some kind of like this is gonna be like Android, pretty much 100% Android. So yeah, so it's gonna be like a cyborg. So well, technically a cyborg is some parts Android, some parts human. So yeah, let's see. Let's do the muscles. Since I know the insertion of some muscles, I've been developing my anatomy knowledge. I can just use a little. This is the part of your so this is the part when you start, playing with anatomy. These things like cocoons are going to be like incubators because we are gonna have human features here. See, I did it again. Oops. So okay, it's gonna be like this. So we will have some robotic stuff here, and also we will have some. My style is gonna be pretty much comic later on in the next deliverance of this video because it's gonna be like three parts. This is the part one. Then it's gonna be like pretty much like we're gonna try to set up the figure, whatever is gonna be the figure. So the good thing about the digital stuff is you can just zoom in like this, and just zoom in, put it like this. So yeah, you can just make like this. So yes. You can just see whatever is gonna be this kind of weird, anatomy, whatever you put in there. So it could be like this, something like this, something like that, something like that, something like that. So let's try to make this model pretty much like we're some sort of a spider with a bunch of cables just connected here. Also, it's gonna be robotic. Yeah, so if we have the external cleidocystole here, I know the muscles, they are some kind of like, but this other part here is like a human. So yeah, we have this. So how we get to this point? I'm practically, I'm practically, drawing from zero. How we get to this point? Well, it's easy. you have to practice a lot. You have to practice like a process guy. You have to practice, and practice like it's even impossible to practice a little more. So in these videos, I'm gonna show you what I just done, what I do, and I'm gonna try to transmit it real. How do I do this? It's not like I pretend to be like an expert or something like that, as I said on all my videos, but I try to raise my voice in the artist community because there is some people that have so many theory but so less art. And there's people that has a lot of art but not much of the theory. But you need the theory, but you also need the art. So let me show you this. So first thing, if you're doing a comic, then everything here is gonna be like superfluous. I mean, not all the comics, but the most of the comics that I've seen, you don't have time to be much precise, to have all your lines defined, to have your forms very complicated at the way they are supposed to be complicated. So we are trying to make something in between. Okay? So many people said, nah, but I don't like this style. I don't like robots. I like, some things like pretty naked women, some kind of stuff. Well, you can do whatever you want. I mean, it's your world. You can just design your world the way you consider fit for you. But what you cannot do is forcing your world into something that is not. So for that reason, you need to understand your world. How do I understand my world? Well, that's easy. You have to understand it first. You have to know what you want with your world. For example, if you want your work to be like this, well, let's just start making this a little more like a subtle. So this is where you already have anatomy. This is the part where you already have the robot. So you will have one part that is the anatomy, which is this, and then you will have another part which is the robot, which is this robot. This is flesh. Yeah, let's put it this. This is gonna be your concept art. This is the part where everything starts over. Okay. So the other thing that you need to try to find out is a nice picture in the internet. So let me go here and try to find in Google about babies. Babies. Um, fetus. Let's see a fetus of 8 weeks. Uh, 3 months. better. Months. Okay, I like this picture. Yeah, so I'm gonna use this picture. Oh, I need this too. Oh, so I need to set up this guy too. So let me get this. Okay. So okay. Have these guys here. Okay. So this is the idea pretty much of the mother, the idea what you see about the mother. So let's start doing a little more of the so let's do a little more of this. And the next page, the next step that I have right now is let's start doing some penciling. Start working something a little more in the pencil. So so new one. This guy is still on top. We make it a little, yeah, okay. But this is normal. So it's gonna be like a normal layer. So let me go guys and do this for the moment. Okay, let's do this for the moment. So let's just start. See what we're gonna do here. So yeah, we're doing some. This is called pencil. So sometimes when you are doing this kind of conceptual art, you're doing this kind of concept art. Well, you start doing first like a sketch, and then you will start working in whatever you want to see like a refined sketch. And this is going to be pretty much like a refined sketch. So what is this refined sketch anyway? Well, refined sketch is you use design. Also, 14 points is too much. Let me put something between 7. Okay, now this is way better for me to do the details. So yeah, we're doing the details this way. This is kind of the refined sketch. Of course, when you're doing the inking, oh, you're gonna change it. You know, you're gonna illustrate this in a way that is pretty much. See, I don't like this part. So this is the good thing to having layers. I can erase it anyway. So I'm trying to chat with these guys in AT&T while doing this, which is I don't think it's a good idea. Really? I'm still on hold. Still on hold. Great. So well, where we? Okay, we're just setting this. So yeah, this is gonna be the trachea larynx actually. It's gonna looks like a larynx, if you ask me. And this is the part where you have some kind of like here it is, and you can see some sort of like the muscles, but they are pretty much they're pretty much artificial. Also, you can set up the shadows here. So yeah, you can and create the shadows or whatever. Okay, so this is gonna be interesting. artificial muscles. This is the way that I'm gonna do later, but right now I'm gonna be like linear, just for the sake to do this fast for you guys to see it and watch. Okay, so yeah, it's gonna have something here that I just don't know yet what it's gonna be. But let's go to the parts ahead. We have this kind of oval kind of stuff. So this kind of oval kind of stuff, yeah, it's gonna be like that. Okay, so yeah, okay. You are decide if you are gonna be like detail in this stage or not. I wanna be detailed. I like details. Details for me is what make things go smoother. We are doing this kind of stuff, and I try to be fast. This is gonna be a sketch, but still, well, actually, this is your refined sketch, but still can be a sketch. So you are free to change it whatever the times you want it. Please take into account that you are not. The good thing is you are the owner of this. I mean, this is your universe. You are creating this. In this place, you are possibly God. So you set the rules here, nobody else. You're not abiding by rules that somebody set for you. You're doing your own rules, see? You're doing your own set of rules. You're doing your own stuff. Nobody else is doing this. So, yeah, it's pretty much like that. So, let me tell you a little about this. This is something that you don't see much. Let me see if I had information here about this guy. This is a tool, okay? So this is a tool that I find, and this guy here is is a pencil. It mimics a real pencil. I like it a lot because I've seen what it does to manga. So that's the pretty much the main reason I have it. I found it in this place. So when you go to your studio assets, it will show you all your assets that you need. There is this part there is like let me log in first. So yeah, so you have materials. So you have materials here. You have a bunch of stuff here. Not only this, but you have materials. Um, Standard material for mangas. Sets moderation policy. They have like a moderation policy or something. Guess you have to log in first. Oh yeah, I have to log in first. Now I'm logging. Yeah, now I'm logging. gonna be like a minute. Yeah. No, yeah, this is gonna be my. So you have categories here. Let me see the categories. Yeah, you have here the categories: rank, internalize, standard material for illustration. They will have a lot of this. It's in Japanese. So yeah, this is the one I'm using. This is the difference kind of, for example, this is like, it's a brush. Yeah, it's in Japanese. I don't understand Japanese, but I see what I want to do. See, this is like it looks like a kanji brush. One of these brushes that you are using. So this is what I'm doing right now. Is when you have this, you can see as many things. You have models. Okay, you can use models for example, you can use model for your. See, this is like a G-Ping or something. It didn't say much. Sometimes they have like special things. For example, this is another G-Pen. It looks like a G-Pen. Yeah, this is from manga. Yeah, you can do this. So you can just download it. It's free. You just download it, and it's gonna be terms of service. Okay. Yeah, okay. You watch it, and now just download. So you can just use it in your next thing. So yeah, for that reason I'm using this, which is, I guess you guys seen it in the first page. We are opening the assets window in the Clean Studio Paint. So yeah, it requires a lot of investigation sometimes. But let me tell you something. This thing is free. I mean, not Clean Studio Paint, because Clean Studio Paint costs like what is it costs like $25. So this costs like $25 right now. Actually, um, it's like 50% off. Usually, there is some times where there is 50% off, and other times when there is not. But my advice to whoever wants to buy Click Studio Paint Pro is to start with the Pro. It's just $25 when they have the 50% off. Just find it and you can just buy it later. Also, if you want to do like the upgrade to Click Studio Paint X, it's around what is the name? The price is around $87. So for $87 you will have something like the value is pretty much like $2,000. And also if you have the it's not a lesser version, I like this more, the no fully version, which is this, you still have a lot of stuff to work with. I mean, you have materials, love, you have all the stuff that is, regular for Paint Studio users. You don't need to be also like an expert or something. You just start making your way in. I read a long time ago because I'm a firm believer that I was born with this talent, and many of the people that I know was born with this talent. But I have a problem. I believe that this talent was all that I need. Actually, you need a lot of skills more. I mean, you need the skills, you need to see anatomy things, but because can, you might be born with the ability to copy the nature, but not the ability to recreate the nature to its perfection. For that reason, you need a lot of observation, to be a lot of observation, and also you need a lot of hours dedication, practice. So the problem is when you practice, but you don't have any kind of school or any prior knowledge, you're practicing a vice. And the vice is the worst thing for the artist because it's back practice. See, in these stages, you can just do so we are adding some details about this. So right now we are using Click Studio Paint Pro for the guys that just get me this time in YouTube. We're using Click Studio Paint Pro. I'm doing it's gonna be like not 3 lessons, but at least 3 videos about the process of creating an illustration like this, and it's gonna be something pretty resourceful, pretty educative, not only for you, but for me. It's gonna be a practice. I'm gonna practice a lot about these things. Many guys in this job they want to be an illustrator, but the truth is many illustrators and concept artists are the same. For illustrate something you need to come up with a concept. For being a concept artist you need to come up with a concept too. So it's pretty 100% much the same. So these little videos that I'm gonna do allow me to cover Suarez. This is gonna be like for many of us try to exercise our demons about the difference between illustrators and concept artists. Because what I can do is right now is a concept artist, but also it could be an illustration. It could be the next comic that I'm working with, and this is gonna be the cover or an idea for a cover. So anyway, it's a concept. So you have to come up with a character, design that character, and try to make that character into something that people will believe in. Oh yeah, that's how a cyborg, aka Android, could look like. I'm doing some details, not all the details, but some details. Of course, this is the workflow I'm, pretty much used to do. But many places like Udemy.com, they have another workflow. So you can come up with uh, the kind of workflow that could be best for you, that could be more reassuring for your things, because many people they rely and in whatever they learned, and they try to adapt to these things, and they try to adapt to these things and get in these things like a Bible, I said. But we are artists. We make our own Bibles. Okay, we just let me chat with this guy in AT&T. So right now, this is having some ideas of how this is gonna look. See? Anyway, this is my style. I'm telling you guys to have my own style. And it took me a lot of years, some decades, to have my own style, which is, as an artist, is a very, very good thing. So every time that you think that your style is not as good, well, just think this: if your anatomy good enough, if your description of the imagery of the character is good enough, if your concept or whatever is gonna be around the character good enough, is that the case, then you have your own style. You should have your own voice, your own style. The problem with this world, and I've seen many of these comic artists, they have the characters and they have their styles of other guys. But you should have your own style. I don't tell you that my style is 100% me. It's probably an adaptation and a copy of many other styles that I come in contact with. But at least I'm trying to find out my own voice. That is, like an artist, we are called to do that. I mean, the most famous and successful artists are not the guys that they follow the crowd, they mimic with their styles, they blend with that. No, the most successful artists is the guys that are able to come up with their own style. Let's take an example from the real life. Evangelion, for example. Many people have seen Neo Genesis Evangelion in the 90s. I was one of those. Well, I like the idea of the robots because at that time the robots were pretty much like the Transformers and the Robotechs. These guys were slim. I mean, they were slender. They didn't transform in anything. They were robots, but they were slim. In a sense that the many robots that should be. They were graceful, they were slenders, and they were pretty much interesting. I mean, their faces don't resemble humans. The faces don't look like humans. The faces weren't, you know, anthropomorphic in any way. They were robots, actually robots. So that was part of the success of Neon Genesis and Evangelion, if you ask me. That was part of their success. So let's continue doing this. I was chatting with those guys. Those guys from AT&T for my internet service. Those guys are annoying. I wish I can do something with this. Okay. So right now we are doing certain details. So please be concerned that this part is still in the making. So this part is not something that I have done yet, but it's still in the making. So okay, this is the part that is dealing with some delios. Okay, so yeah. So right now we are doing this. So you see, so we come up with a design. This is my process to design. This is something that we are designing just for. We're designing this way. So yeah, we're designing this stuff. Yeah. So right now we're doing pretty much. Okay. So yeah, this is the we're giving some metallic stuff because this is metal. So this is the kind of stuff that you do in comics. It's called pencil render. This is some kind of like a finished sketch, but it's not quite a finished sketch. Okay. So how long we've been doing this? Let me see. Oh my, we are almost 1 hour. We will just advance this. Okay, now this is supposed to be the first part. Okay, now we are going to do something about this part here. See this part here? Let me show you this, and we'll have to do something there. Okay. So what we're using this? I mean, Okay, we are still doing this. And well, I guess we can finish by now. Let me show you guys what we have so far. Yeah, this is Mother. I'm gonna do this. Is a character design slash concept art slash illustration that I will do. So I will continue tomorrow, the day after tomorrow, for you to guys to see how's the progress of this illustration. Thank you so much, and I see you tomorrow, guys. Thanks to joining me, and have a blessed night. Bye. Again, this is Gus. Thank you for joining me, and please like this channel and share this video blog, like we can say it. And thank you so much for this. Tomorrow or the day after tomorrow, we'll restart doing this again, and we'll do some finishing the pencils, and then we'll start doing like it inking, a serious inking about this thing. And after that, we'll start painting. Also, we are going to try to keep the character mangish style we have here instead of doing like a paint totally. So, well, I will you wait for you one of these days, and I'll be in the air very soon. Thank you again, and please remind that I have no sponsors at all for this channel. So this is channel everything is brought to you by me. So yeah, I hope you like it, and please show me some love and like my videos and share it everywhere and help me out to get a fan base. Thank you so much and have a blessed night. Bye.